Well, hello there folks, thanks for clicking on the video. I'm actually back out in the woods again, a little bit nervous this time. After the last sort of video where one of the camps that I actually had outdoors had actually been sort of blown over by one of the storms. So we've had two really big storms over in the UK in the last sort of week and a half. And as I said, one of the actual camps itself has actually been blown over. So there's been a couple of comments online just about the big camp out at Compton. So I'm seeing it as you're seeing it sort of idea. So I've come out to actually have a little look at it, and the other sort of smaller camp, just to sort of see if it's still actually okay. So fingers crossed. As I said, if it is down, I am sort of planning a sort of slightly different type of camp anyway. So it might be sort of quite exciting. In fact, actually no, it is still okay. Thank God for that. Okay, I'll take you over to it just now, just to actually show you it. So as I said, what I've noticed over the last wee while, there's a bit of a lean on the actual shelter itself. So I'm sure at one stage it's going to go over, because the actual shelter itself is now probably what, almost 3 years old, 2 years old, 3 years old. And as I said, the storm over the last wee while has been pretty wild, just with really high winds. But no, everything seems fine. Again, inside seems fine. So it seems okay. So well relieved. Well relieved. So I'm going to head up. Actually, most of the work I'm going to be doing today is actually up at the smaller camp, which I'll show you in a wee while, because I do know that did have a little bit of damage from the last storm. So we'll head up there in a wee minute just to actually show you it. We'll take it from there. Okay, so I've come up to the smaller camp, and I'll show you the sort of devastation that's there, but I've got a sneaky suspicion it's not the wind that's actually caused it. I'll sort of show you it in a wee second, but it's very odd. I personally think there's maybe been an animal or something like that that's actually sort of moved in. There's lots of berries down the bottom, so I'll show you them in a wee second as well. But I said a lot of damage to the shelter itself. So today I'm just going to be sitting there working away, getting it back up to what it was before. This shelter is actually really good, because it is 100% waterproof, whereas the other one isn't. So this has actually got a tarp over both sides of it, so it does mean for sort of winter camp and everything as well, it's really good. And I do have an actual proper full fire pit and use a fire here on this particular one for cooking, etc. So just going to show you the stuff just now. So basically the fire pit itself, all the sort of cross beams and everything as well, they've all been knocked over. But where I store my wood, that's been knocked over. And all the sticks in the actual back of the shelter itself, the table that I've actually got, all that's been knocked over as well. So as I said, it is very odd. But the thing that's sort of making me a little bit suspicious is all those berries. There's lots of them, and they're sort of all around the actual camp itself. So that's what's making me maybe think it is an animal sort of idea, because I can't see how the wind would have caused that much sort of damage. But let's get going and get fixing it. So I have to say, I'm really intrigued now about that berries, to try and figure out what it is that's actually coming in here. The more I'm actually looking at it, I don't think this is actually storm related. I think if it was storm related, some of the top bits and everything as well, and the likes of the firewall would be down. I know the winds were strong, but you know, not this strong. Something's been in here and knocked over an awful lot of stuff. So any suggestions, it would be very much appreciated. Just pop it in the comments section below. So I said there is berries. I'm not seeing, it looks as if, slightly disgustingly, it's actually maybe been sick at one point as well, which is slightly unfortunate, so I need to tidy that up. But I just can't figure out what it actually is. But I said it's been round the back, it's knocked off all the actual bits of the actual table, as I was actually saying earlier on. But for the wall of the actual fire pit itself all to be knocked over again, that's why I'm sort of thinking that it's not storm related, it's something else that's actually done it. But also on one of the actual sides, I've got a tarp, a blue tarp. Well, it's actually like a poncho sort of idea. and whatever it is actually been chewing away at that. So there's lots of little bits of the actual blue poncho lying around, so need to tidy all that up as well. So be interested to see what it actually is. I said, any suggestions at all, please help. I'm desperate to find out what it actually is. Hopefully whatever it is actually enjoying the shelter as much as I have over the last wee while. So I said, I'm just going to get my bag unpacked, get myself set up, and then it's a case of going to getting some wood prepped. May as well be comfy. So this is my sort of table that I have at the back of the actual shelter, where I'll generally sort of have my meals. So I said everything was all knocked off. Now I've also, I don't know if you can see up the back there, but there is a little path now. Now that wasn't quite so open before, so I think whatever it is maybe sort of forced its way in and sort of come round, and that's why it's sort of knocked everything off. So it'll be interesting. What I might actually do is I have a trail camera. So what I might actually do is set the trail camera up so I can actually try and see exactly what it is. I'm just so intrigued now. Here we go. Table ready again. As I said, I just find that so handy for sort of putting all my cooking stuff on, etc. as well. Now, one of the things I'm a wee bit aware of is just the fact that it's actually quite dark in here. So I'm going to get the Uko candle out and actually get this place sort of lit up a little bit. It might make it a little bit easier for videoing, etc. Okay. Just love these Uko candles. They're absolutely brilliant. I generally take them for all the camp sort of idea. Okay, so onto the fire pit. So I'm actually just taking 5 just now, a bit of relaxation. Sort of a lot of memories in this particular actual shelter. This was the first one, the first shelter I actually shot a YouTube video in. So absolutely love it, absolutely love it. Spent a lot of real good nights in here. I've got a really good view of the actual sky, so some of the star shows I've actually seen from here have been fairly phenomenal. So just going to have a wee bit of rest and relaxation, but I just want to say hopefully everyone's okay. The winds over the last wee while with these last 2 storms that have hit the UK have been absolutely crazy, so hopefully they're all safe and taking care of yourselves. That's for everyone, but bushcrafters, especially with the likes of the shelters. If anyone's built shelters, hopefully there's not been too much damage. So hopefully everything's okay with you. But as I said, that's a couple of the things I was actually wanting fixed done. So then it's just going to be a case of getting the fire pit actually done and then a bit of food on. There we go. Again, I'm running a wee bit short on time, so I'm just going to actually use one of the fire starters. So there we go, don't judge me, but just something so easy. I just wanted to get the campfire on more than anything else. It's just lovely. So I've had people taking the mickey out of my fork, saying it's too big. So I'm going to have to whittle a new one. So I've got another couple of projects that I've actually got planned. So while I'm away, I'm probably going to actually do a wee spoon carve more than anything else. So something else for you to look forward to. Thought it was harsh person myself, but that tastes so good. So the fire again, it's actually really cold. It's gone absolutely freezing. But that fire is just absolutely lovely. So losing quite a lot of light as well, probably only about 15-20 minutes of actual light left before it actually starts getting pretty dark. So just going to finish this off and then sort of get camp cleared up and everything. So I'll catch up with you just when I've finished this. So you can probably see in the actual video itself, I'm losing an awful lot of light, and I've gone and forgotten to bring the sort of camera light with me as well, so a bit of a schoolboy error. But I'm just going to sit here, chill out, let the fire actually go out, then douse it out with as much water as I've actually got with me, and just sort of enjoy a bit of peace and quiet. So a bit of a short video today, but as I said, it was just really one of those sort of days when you can just get out and take advantage of that little bit of time that you do have. But any time out in the woods is a good time in the woods. So hopefully you've enjoyed it and you've joined me along on the actual journey itself. We'll see you on the next video. Take care. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.